Got my first guest with me. It's Tom Lattie from Harmonic. Hi Tom, thank you for coming on. Good morning to you. First one of the day, we're going to try and get ourselves worked up from the night before.
Some jumping jacks perhaps.
That'll do. I mean, by all means, if you want to, feel free. I've always asked my guests when they come on, obviously I walk around the show, I get to meet a lot of people watching this, obviously aren't getting to the show. They may not have heard of Harmonic. Tell us a little bit about Harmonic.
Sure, Harmonic is we call ourselves a video infrastructure company, and we work all the way from production, all the way to delivery, and in fact in a cable plant, all the way to the modulation of that cable. Video processing, video technology, playout, production, servers. So
a truly end-to-end service in the production world.
Not quite glass to glass, but everything in between. How about that?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, I'm looking around the show every day this year. I go to a lot of these events, and over the past 3 to 4 years, we've seen a massive progression in production technology. We had standard F2HD, and then we went to 3D, which plummeted, and now 4K. And it looks like 4K is literally going to stay around. This is the future. Now, this obviously has an impact on infrastructure.
Yes.
And something that you guys have to deal with. Tell us a bit about how you're going to be working with 4K, how your infrastructure works.
Sure. Well, I think 4K poses a lot of opportunities, but a lot of challenges. It's a massive amount of data that needs to get brought around a production environment. When you think kind of in the production world today, after mastering, many people today are still dealing with 50, maybe 100 megabit types of data rates, and we're talking about 600 megabits and north of that. So scalability is critical with our MediaGrid platform, really having the storage capacity to scale both in performance and storage capacity is critical. So that's really where we're focused.
So tell us a little bit more about the MediaGrid platform that you have. How does this work? How do you put it together and implement it?
Sure, MediaGrid really was focused on, in the nonlinear editing world, how do you move from having everyone have content on their local machine into a shared edit environment. So we really focused on trying to have unsurpassed performance, but also performance that didn't change over time. So one of the key things that people like about MediaGrid is from day one, when there's not a lot of assets on it, to day 1,000 when you have 25 editors and the disks are full, that performance is steady. As the demand for editing becomes faster and faster, people don't have the ability to have downtime or slowness. So MediaGrid's ability to kind of scale along with the demands, whether it be number of seats, type of content, or the size of that content when you think about 4K, has really been a key to its success.
So if you were to take on a system like MediaGrid and you're looking after your content, that's all on there, and you want to get hold of this content, do you have systems that allow you to find the content you need, integrate with your editing system? Obviously there's many editing systems out there at the moment. How would you tap into this information?
Well, we have two approaches. One thing that's really separated Harmonic is we are very open in that we don't try to lock our customers into a closed proprietary system from us. So we work with many of our quite frankly, our competitors and some of our partners. We also have a product from Film Partners, which allows you to do a shared edit environment across multiple edit types, whether it be Adobe or Apple, or even Avid, for example. So it's been really successful for us in the sense that it kind of opens up the ecosystem for our customers, particularly many of these edit houses that they have to create an open environment for their customers. They can't be an all one house of one particular editor or not.
So I myself am an Adobe user, and you've got some support. I've got some little notes here which are worth looking at. You've got some support for Adobe Anywhere. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Adobe Anywhere is really kind of a revolution if you think about the edit environment, where things we begin to take for granted in our personal tech lives. Cloud storage, cloud ecosystems. Things that we get from Google or Apple, and what Adobe's really doing is bringing that kind of cloud-based proxy editing to the professional world. Now, so on the back end, you do need a lot of storage and a lot of high performance, and so in our partnership with Adobe, we supply that infrastructure to the Anywhere architecture.
So yours is a non-cloud-based solution, obviously, because in this particular instance, because you're storing the original raw files as such. And Adobe's is a cloud-based, proxy-based solution. So you can tap into that, you can edit in proxy.
Yes, exactly right. Well, as you know, every cloud-based infrastructure has to have real infrastructure somewhere.
Absolutely.
There is still brick and mortar in the world. It's on the other end of the wire.
Brilliant. So as far, you mentioned cloud. Everybody's talking about, that's one of the other things people talk about a lot, is cloud-based. Do you ever see a point where you'll only ever have storage on the cloud. You're not going to need this local storage.
Well, I think we all need bigger pipes to the cloud and from the cloud before that happens.
Yeah.
You know, I think cloud does get mixed with a lot of things. What we are seeing in the industry is a move to much more integrated functionality, much more software-centric solutions.
Yeah.
You know, this notion of 12 boxes from 12 different companies, all kind of daisy-chained together by, you know, HDSDI cables.
Yeah.
I think this will continue to shift in the market, and as more of that technology being virtualized and run in software.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a mythical cloud somewhere else, but a data center within the environment of our customers that really give them the flexibility. You know, one of the challenges with some of these production environments, particularly when you think about sport, you know, we just had a big launch with Fox Sports 1 in the US, looking to launch a very successful competitive channel to ESPN. That's their goal. And, you know, but these sporting events, you build up these entire edit suites and production chains. You know, for American football, that's 16 weeks a year. You know, in our current way of doing business, or their previous way of doing business, you create all this fallow infrastructure that you can only use, you know, 16 weeks a year. It's not very cost effective. So really, you know, we see this function integration in the production environment, allowing them to collapse a lot of that functionality into fewer devices, and then have those devices be flexible so that it doesn't have to sit over there on the side when it's not being used. It can be used for something else. And I think this is a big shift we're going to see in our industry. What's exciting about that, though, is that we can make production more cost-effective.
Yes.
We can produce more content. And we know from the internet, people are wanting to consume this content. We can micro-target customers now. We simply need to lower the cost of production to make that content viable in an economic world.
Brilliant, Tom. So obviously it's IBC. People can come and see you if they want to, and they're watching the show and they're thinking of popping down and having a look. I'm going to test you now, see if you can tell me whereabouts your stand is on this massive show floor.
So we're at Hall 1, B20. It's a great big white booth. You can't miss it. We have a lovely espresso machine. Excellent cappuccinos and lattes, so come on by.
It's a draw, I have to say. The cappuccinos are a draw. And if people can't get to IBC and they want to find out more about Harmonic, is there a website they can go to?
Yeah, we're on the web, harmonicinc.com.
Tom, thank you very much for coming on and talking to us about Harmonic. Go and have a look at their website. The website details are?
harmonicinc.com.
Look at that, it's just from the side it comes in. harmonicinc.com, you'll see everything you need to know about how Harmonic can help you